Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigil here, and welcome back to another video. So, what happened here? They changed the background of Injustice Mobile. No, this is MK Mobile. Haven't played too much. I did play a lot of MK Mobile in the past, like a couple of years before doing YouTube, but I have no idea what email that account was on. But I did play it a bit, and what I want to talk about in this video is some things that I feel like they are doing better in MK Mobile, and that I feel like they could implemented in Injustice Mobile to kind of make the game better. So yeah, let's get into that. First up is going to be something that I can't really show you because it didn't happen yesterday. I haven't played MK Mobile in a bit actually, but there's something that happens with the daily missions. It's going to have daily missions same as Injustice Mobile does. You're going to do those things, you're going to claim them. And they introduced the auto claim as soon as you enter the menu in Injustice Mobile as well. But something else that happens then that I would really love and would probably give me a lot more gems is if you fail to claim any of the rewards from the dailies, there's gonna be a message in the inbox the next day that's gonna be like, hey man, you forgot to claim some of those rewards. They're here for you, get them. And that is specifically because of the soul rate thing where you get 30 gems for playing soul rates. I a lot of times forget to claim that because I'm usually doing my daily maintenance on my accounts before entering soul rates. And I enter soul rates, I do the soul rates, I am done with soul rates for that day, and I'm mainly done with the Just Mobile for that day, except for editing and making more videos. A lot of the times I forget to claim those 30 additional gems from the soul rates, and those add up, and I have no idea how many of them I lost. And this is actually an awesome quality of life feature if we would get an auto claim that gives you in the inbox whatever you forgot to claim previously. In MK Mobile, they get something that's called towers, which are pretty much the equivalents, more or less, of the soul rates that we get in Just Mobile. Like, there's plenty of difference between them, but this is the closest comparison you could make. In MK Mobiles, we have towers. In Just Mobile, we have soul rates. They serve kind of the same purpose. There's going to be a lot of teams here that you're going to fight, but there's going to be bosses, I think, every 10 levels at the very least. And look at this. This is one of them that we were just in. Then there's a second one. And then there's a third one. The third one is kind of the hard mode of another one, but that doesn't change the fact that we pretty much got the equivalent of 3 soul rates at the same time. And hey, since one of them is like the fatal thing and we don't have that way of doing difficulty in Just Mobile, we get something like heroics. There's no need for a third one, but 2 soul rates at the same time would actually be amazing and would go and retroactively solve a lot of the problems that are out there. Because whenever there's Rise of Crypt up, or there's the Dawn of Apocalypse soul rates up, this game bleeds players because those soul rates are generally speaking hated and nobody wants to play them. So yeah, having 2 of them at the same time would actually be insane for the longevity and the health of the game, and I have actually no idea why they didn't do that so far. Another thing is going to be the tower equipment, which is pretty much the equivalent of the artifacts that we get in soul rates. They are yet again not the same thing because they also work in a very different way. To the point where you can't upgrade them level by level. You need the same artifact to drop twice, so you get a copy of it, and it's gonna add up. But that system also has a good side to it because I get a lot of drops. I think I exaggerated. I think I played like constantly for even less than a month because I only have equipments from 2 towers that were at the same time. I didn't even get to see the towers change during the time frame I played. I didn't play recently. I played like a few months ago. But the thing is, I'm dropping a lot more of these than I'm dropping in Injustice Mobile. Keep in mind, this is level 7, right? Those are level 7. It means I dropped those things 7 goddamn times. I dropped those 7 times. I dropped this 3 times. I dropped this 3 times, 2 times, 2 times. And I didn't get any epics yet because they're in terms of rarity. And they're in Just Mobile too, but it's a bit less obvious. But I like the fact that I keep getting artifacts. And at the end of the day, this system might be less efficient in terms of maxing out artifacts than the system in Just Mobile. But at least I'm getting them. At least I'm getting some diversity. I finish a fight and I'm like, oh, I dropped the soul rate artifact. or an equipment for this tower specifically. And the future fights I'm gonna have in this tower are gonna be easier because of that. I feel like progress is a lot more immediately rewarded in this way. And I would love to see more artifact drops from soul raids as well in Just Immobile. And I promised the last thing of the that I'm going to talk about towers is that we got a good way of guaranteed rewards. In Just Immobile, when you kill a boss at the end of a tier of a soul raid, it's kind of the equivalent of doing 10 to 20 levels here. And in Just Immobile, they're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna get a guaranteed gold character, yeah, you might or might not get Soul Raid artifact. Probably not. Chances are you're not gonna get it. But here, it's a guarantee. I finished level 10. I am guaranteed. I can drop some equipments even without being in those situations. But when I finish level 10, I am guaranteed to drop a rare equipment card. When I finish level 30, I am guaranteed to drop an uncommon equipment card. Then I'm gonna drop a gold character here. Again, guaranteed equipment cards, and you know the points that I'm trying to make here. Like in Just Immobile, the drops and story in terms of artifacts are 99% of the time garbage, and you don't get that immediate gratification. I mean, if you play that story a million times, you might eventually drop 1 or 2 artifacts from that story specifically, but here, even though it's in theory harder to max those artifacts, you're at least guaranteed to drop as soon as you reach certain thresholds, and you're gonna push harder for them because I'm like, oh, we must get to level 70 because I want that random classic tower uncommon equipment card, and I feel like it's in this way a much better system. I'm not saying this is perfect. I'm not saying MK Mobile is a perfect game in terms of the monetization scheme and things like that. But hey, I'm feeling a lot more rewarded for progressing here. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I think is pretty cool, and yeah, I just dropped a random thing here because I'm not strong enough to progress here, but to get something here that's called the Crypt. So as we enter the Crypt, it's I don't want the Crypt copy paste in Just Immobile, just to be clear, but it's kind of a proper survivor mode. You're gonna be dropped in a map and you're gonna advance like this, and you're gonna have to fight your way through enemy teams, and your health is not gonna replenish between fights. You have some consumables to replenish that though, and you're just gonna push through this until you manage to get out, and you're gonna get out with all the rewards that you have. I don't want this specifically to be in Just Immobile, but I would love to have kind of a more, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the term, more roguelike type of game modes. I would love it in Just Immobile, and this is a topic for another video, where we have kind of a survivor mode where you're just gonna keep fighting, teams keep fighting. Let's say, oh, my bad here. Let's say at worst you're gonna push all the way to opponent 100s. And when between fights, between every single fight, which does not happen here, you're gonna get some certain bonuses to take to the next fight, and you're gonna get like 3 choices. Do you want 10% more attack, 10% more health, 10% chance to dodge enemy hits? That would be great to see. And yeah, I just want more game modes that are very different from each other. To an extent, what I'm talking about is what Champions Arena could have been and should have been. But yeah, let's move on. Another thing I want to take a look at is the chances to drop legendary characters, because I don't really hear the Mortal Kombat community complaining that much that they are getting only legendary characters, and I don't think they've released a gold character in quite a while. And that's because they increased also the chances to drop a legendary character. This is 20% chance to drop a legendary character over here, and I would love to see that in Just Immobile. There's some progress made lately in the past few years. We got some better chests in terms of that, but hey, if you're gonna make legendary characters that strong, and some of them are garbage actually, just adds better chests with better chances to get them, and people are gonna stop complaining about them that much. Another thing that I would love to see is more impactful operations. We're here in the Outworld with quests. Quests are kind of the equivalent of operations in Just Immobile. And what I hate about operations is that you have a chance to drop. You have a chance to drop those goddamn gems. Over here, you have a guaranteed to drop souls. And how it works, you need to actually have a strong enough team to finish the quest. Some characters are gonna have bonuses, etc. Instead of a chance of dropping souls, it's gonna be a guarantee of dropping souls. However, there's gonna be a chance to finish the mission depending on how strong your characters are. And I think that's a far more healthy way to do this. And in MK Mobile, you can actually farm so many souls by actually just keep completing the missions here. And I think that's great, and that keeps people in the game. I mean, at the same time, I don't support the way some people do this, where they log in every 45 minutes to get those souls. I mean, that's a way to boost your account real fast. But man, at that point, get a little bit of a life. But I would love something of a combination between those two. I wouldn't want it to be as drastic as the quests here, but getting more and the operations being more of a way to earn gems than they currently are would definitely be great. But we might as well do a quick chest opening. Let's see what we get here. For my boy Scorpion. I mean, I'm not really playing this anymore actively. And we got... Oh, it's a gold character. That's garbage. And one last thing would be give new players a legendary character to play around with, because I got my MK11 Scorpion for free when starting the game. I mean, that's not the perfect system because I had to restart and delete the data from the game like 5 times until I got MK11 Scorpion. But hey, I'm really enjoying him. He kept me playing the game. The fact that I had him kept me playing the game for quite a while, and I think that's a great thing. Give new players a legendary character. And that's gonna be it in terms of features. This is not the video about what I want to see in Justice Mobile. This is about what I want to see from MK Mobile and Justice Mobile. There's a lot more things that I would want to see in both games, but for the topic of this video, that's gonna be about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye!